Yo, this is Gus from the State Talking Ish podcast. Just wanted to let you guys know that we had a special guest today from the Muslims for Humanity organization. To be honest, he dropped so many jewels that I really wasn't able to edit up the podcast the way I like. So what I did, instead of making it a 2-hour episode, I cut it up into 2. So this is going to be part 1. Enjoy.
Yeah. 1 2 1 2. We'd like to welcome y'all all to the Stay Talking Ish podcast show. This is your host, Mr. Barksdale.
This is Gus, the technical savant.
Hold up, man.
I got a new one.
Yo,
tried to squeeze it in.
Listen, man. You gotta stick to one moniker. Like, you can't just be coming in here the technical savant.
Nah,
you
man.
just got back from France.
Nah, man. I got my thesaurus. You know what I mean?
How long you keep that going though? You gonna run out of synonyms. I'm gonna find one. I'm gonna find one for me, like the host. I'm gonna find another one. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the host next week.
Nah, that's my thing, man. You can't take my thing. You know what I mean?
I'm swag.
I can't have a thing.
Listen,
you know
man.
what I mean?
If Drake could steal from dark skinned people, I could steal from light skinned Gus, man. It's over.
Y'all be stealing from light skinned cats.
There we go. So today, we got a good brother in the house. Want to let him introduce himself.
Good afternoon. My name is Kayzar Abdul-Khabir. I am the spokesperson for Muslims for Humanity.
Okay. And today, we got this brother in the house. First off, assalamu alaikum, brother.
Wa alaikum salam.
I just want to say I have no idea what that means. I worship the slave owners' religion. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, for those who don't know, he's a Christian.
Fuck that.
So,
look, I'm gonna tell you, man. I switch depending on who winning and shit. So if ISIS start winning, I'm gonna grow my beard out and shit.
Oh man,
Find me.
They ain't gonna.
You think
you too light skinned, man.
They ain't gonna know, man.
You eat too much swine, they gonna know when you talk to them. But on a serious note, we got this brother here today. And in lieu of everything that's been going on, I'm quite sure everybody been watching the news and seeing the ill interactions between African Americans and Caucasian police officers, or just police officers in general. And this brother Kayzar has a good organization that they've started in the city of Philadelphia, and I just would like to let him, speak about the organization.
Yes, well, we're called Muslims for Humanity. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to be a Muslim to be part of our organization. One of our board members happened to be a Christian woman. Mm-hmm. So
there we go, Gus.
Don't get trapped with the Muslim part. Mm-hmm. Get trapped into the humanity part.
Okay.
And that's what we're about, humanity. We've been trying to put some restrictions on the stop and goes that are in our neighborhoods, mm-hmm. Because we know that a lot of crime happens around them. We also are involved in the education of our youth. We have a school that we have adopted, Bryant School, that we're trying to bring a community school there. And so there's a couple of things that we're trying to do in the community to bring us all into a union mm-hmm. that we should have. It's kind of hard because our people is... They're a hard bunch to work with.
Yeah, I mean, I deal with it every week with Gus, so I know.
I'm not even going to go through it.
So, in a nutshell, brother Kayzar, explain to us the purpose of Muslims for Humanity.
Muslims for Humanity, we truly believe that our community, our responsibility. We should be responsible for our community. One of the things that I talked to you earlier about is we have a play street with mm-hmm. children on 60th and Delancey Street. Mm-hmm. And every Monday, 32 houses get a flyer. And on that flyer is one of the continent of Africa, one of the countries mm-hmm. in Africa. Last week was Algeria, the week before that, Tanzania. And we leave them in the mailbox and ask them to make dialogue with their children about it. Mm-hmm. And the reason we do it is we call ourselves African Americans, but we don't know nothing about Africa. We know all about America. You could tell, you could Star Spangled Banner, the flag waving, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And yet you go to a job and you say, oh, I'm African American. They say, well, tell me about Africa. You say, well, all I know is Johannesburg and
Egypt. We better know Egypt.
Yeah, I know Egypt, but know where we come from. The source of where we come from helps us to be better equipped with the people that we're talking to. And it's very important that African Americans that we be equipped because, I've stated before, when you speak to an Irish American, he can tell you all about Ireland. Mm-hmm. You talk to an Italian American, besides talking about meatballs and spaghetti, he can tell you about Italy. Mm-hmm. Why is it that we can't? I think it's very important that we do that.
Yeah.
So that's what we're reaching out to do. We're trying to bring dialogue between the old and the new, but moreover, to bring dialogue about where we come from. Mm-hmm. Because if we don't know where we come from, we definitely ain't going anywhere.
Mm-hmm. So, Brother Kayzar, I know y'all had, not too long ago, y'all had like a town hall meeting or something like that where it was an issue out here in Philadelphia where some racist guys had threw a slaughtered pig's head at a masjid in the city of Philadelphia. And I remember you had invited me to a town hall meeting where the Muslims for Humanity had met with the police officers in the city and was attempting to put some sort of, memorandum of understanding together so, to bridge the gap between the two. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yes, we're trying to have a dialogue with the Philadelphia Police Department. One of the things that, people don't understand is it's a job. It could be a career, but it's a job. But those people that work in those jobs live in our neighborhoods, and with them living in our neighborhood, we want to make sure that they understand what is going on in the neighborhood. Unfortunately, the Philadelphia Police Department hires outside our neighborhood. Mm-hmm. So when they hire from Bucks County, Montgomery County, and these guys come down here to work, which in 5 years they have to find residency in Philadelphia, but for 5 years they're working in our neighborhoods. So now they're in our neighborhoods and they're fearful of us because they don't know us. Mm-hmm. They may have went to Montgomery high school, and there may have been 3 black people in the whole senior class. So they don't really know blacks. Mm-hmm. So they get here and they get afraid. So what we try to do is we try to welcome them, but moreover, try to get them to get an understanding of who we are. Mm-hmm. You understand? We're law-abiding people. We work. Mm-hmm. We want to take care of our community. We want to take care of our children. We're family-orientated. And a lot of times people don't know that about us. So we try to tell them that. But we also are, Islam is not a religion. Mm-hmm. And that's what people a lot of time don't understand. Islam is a way of life.
It's a culture.
You understand? It's a way of life for us. And, when we say Muslims, it's one who submits to this way of life. You understand? And that way of life is to serve God. And as we serving God, we serve humanity. Because, it sounds corny or whatever, but God loves everybody. Mm-hmm. That's why he keeps forgiving us. Mm-hmm. You understand? And a lot of times people don't want to hear that, but that's what it's about. So as Muslims, we only do what God has told us to do, serve humanity. And so in serving humanity, it deals with the Philadelphia Police Department, Philadelphia Fire Department, the mayor, whoever. You understand? If there's a wrong towards humanity, we need to stand up for it.
So in lieu of everything that's been going on recently with the recent police shootings of the 2 African American males, and then the situation in Dallas with the alleged African American male who allegedly shot 11 officers and killed 4 of them down there in Dallas. Do you think if we had more organizations like Muslims for Humanity that was looking to bridge that gap, maybe we would get a better understanding and a lot of these things wouldn't be going on?
Yes, I think that. Again, I stated it before. Matter of fact, I don't even state it. A lot of times I challenge. Mm-hmm. I challenge the fraternities, sororities, Mason organizations. They need to come in the street. We need them. Mm-hmm. Understand? Because you give book bags away and coats every year or have little Christmas parties, that's not helping us in the street. Understand? Yes, some kids need book bags. Yes, kids need jackets. But they need to be educated. They need knowledge. They need to know that people are caring about them. And so with organizations like mine, and there's another organization by a guy named Herm Davis. He has Peace and Love Malik Aziz, who has the OGs, who deals with older guys from gangs that still go to the corners to talk to the younger guys. These organizations are out here. You know, I listened to Wawa coming to American Fest, and they gave $50,000 to an organization that does nothing in our neighborhood. You understand? That's $50,000 they could have gave to an organization that's dealing with children that comes from abusive background, or children that don't have anything. But they choose to give it to those type of organizations. So, you know, we have to understand that our vote, see, the number one thing is our vote counts. And we got to stop letting people who we put in office take our vote and cash it in for themselves.
Yeah.
Okay? Because you don't think your vote don't matter? Get locked up. The first thing they take from you is your voting right.
Yep.
When they take that voting right, there is 97,000 men and women in the prison system in Pennsylvania. That's 97,000 votes that could have changed some of the things that's going on with us. But what happens is they'll take the vote and then they'll say, well, you know, we gave y'all welfare. We gave y'all Section 8. Come on, what y'all want? Those people that we put in office that are not fighting for us anymore, listen, we don't have any more Dave Richardsons, Cecil B. Moores, Charles Bowser. We don't have those people around no more. And no one has stepped up to take that void. We at Muslims for Humanity is stepping up for that void. We're stepping up because it's needed. We're stepping up because we truly believe in every last one of us, there's a hero that needs to get out. We don't need another person to tell us to be a hero. Be the hero.
Yeah.
You understand? Be the person when you're standing on the corner, you see a cop doing something wrong, film him. Be the person that say, hey, wait a minute, I know dude. You understand? I'm not trying to tell you not to lock him up. I don't know what's going on, but I know his parents. He's a pretty good dude. You understand? We need to be those people. We have to police our own.
Yeah.
Because if we police our own, they don't shoot us. What we do is we'll stand around and watch a group fight and we want to film it. Instead of somebody trying to break it up, because you don't want to get hurt. But that comes with the territory. But please, save my child if you see him out there being jumped. You understand? I'd feel much better that you try to help him than you to stand there and film it. So our organization is trying to get people to see that. We're trying to make sure that we know our constitutional rights. You know, that it's very important. You know, that we know who we are as Americans. See, not the African part no more, but the American part. Well, what are you as an American? I have these rights. Make sure those rights are done. And so they don't teach that to our kids in school, so we have to do it. At home, we have to find the information and make sure our children take it in. Like 7 times 1 is 7.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Well, since you're in the street and you're seeing a lot of this, do you know why a lot of these parents, or see I know there's more than one reason why these parents are teaching these things to their children?
Because the structure of our family unit was destroyed between, I'm going to say, the early 80s and the getting into the 90s.
Yeah.
You know, crack cocaine, they could talk about what they want about crack cocaine. Crack cocaine didn't do anything to us as much as education did. See, while we were worrying about crack cocaine, they were destroying our educational system. And when they destroyed our educational system, they knew what type of people they were going to have now. Because without education, you have no leadership.
Yep.
Okay? And they was making sure of that. Because we were producing doctors, lawyers, judges. We had people going to Cheney universities, Lincoln University, Cal, Ohio State, Florida. See, we were going to universities now.
Pittsburgh. Yep.
You know what I mean? So now they looking at us like, the graduation class from Pittsburgh, 1983, 300 blacks came out of there.
Yeah, we gotta slow this shit down. I don't like that shit.
Okay.
Don't like that shit.
Nah, we gotta drop a dime on them. I don't like that shit.
Okay. So now they say, okay, we're gonna keep it going. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make them think that they're doing something great. So they give us statistics. Oh, the blacks are coming out of college so great. But if they're coming out the colleges, why they not in the street with us?
Oh, I'm gonna tell you why. I came up with a theory about that, brother Kayzar. You gotta think, like, if a young man grew up, let's say, and I don't want to just, I'll take any city. Let's say somebody grew
Detroit.
up in okay, he grew up in Detroit. He grew up in
8 miles
on the 8 Mile Road and then all them neighborhoods. Let's say he grew up out there, and he survived the gang wars out there, the drug dealers out there, just the regular violence, how black people, how we get territorial at times in our neighborhoods growing up, and this street got a problem with that street, and this school has a problem with this school, so he attend this school, he got to fight this school. I enjoyed growing up in those
average
days.
ignorant shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But in the same token, I always say, young black men, period, if we had to be compared to any animal, it's like we like young lions. And you growing up and there's so many young lions around, it's going to be survival of the fittest, even if it's just for play.
That's not true.
You know what I mean?
That's not true. Can't agree with you on that.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Because one thing's about lions, you understand, being a pack, they know they order.
Yeah.
And so because they know they order, they know the strong to the weak. And what they do with the weak is they make him strong. You understand?
Or they get him out of there.
Or he gets out of there.
So think what we saying out here.
He be alligator meat.
But they do have a way to find out.
They do have, and this is how we find out in the black communities. You go to Malcolm X Shabazz, and Malcolm X Shabazz and Irvington High School don't get along. Kids from Shabazz see some kids from Irvington, and they're and they in the South Ward. Yeah, we want to try these kids from Irvington, and we gonna see where they heart at. And so you a kid and you survive all that, but let's just say you really didn't have the heart for all of that, and you really didn't want to be a part of all of that, but you did, and you survived it. The first chance you get to get out of your home city of Detroit and go to college somewhere else, you on the first thing smoking. You understand what I'm saying? Then you get out there, you graduate, you go to college, you become a different person there than you were in your neighborhood, maybe a more refined person, maybe a more educated person, maybe you learn some work ethics that you didn't have when you was in your neighborhood. And then while you're there in this new neighborhood and this new thing that's opened some doors for you, you begin your life there. A lot of people that go away to college somewhere, they start their life where they graduate from college from.
Okay, so let me stop you right there.
Okay.
I'm a young Italian man. I grew up down the Italian market around this Rocky thing. Mm-hmm. I go, we fist fight here and there. Then I go off to college. I get my degree. Do you know where my first stop is when I get back?
Probably home.
Probably home to my community. Mm-hmm. Because they're going to bring back what they learned from out there back to the community.
True.
This is the problem we're having with our community. Our children who are going off to get these great educations are no longer coming back and being in the street with us to help us keep this education going. So, I mean, to the answer to your question is, we have to do a better job of those who are graduating, making sure. This is what I think. I think that for every child, especially people of color, once they graduate, we should have a contract with them. And for 5 years, they have to work in the street with us. You understand? They have to give back because we supported them when they're down there. Believe it or not, that's why they come home on the weekends, stuff like that, because that's their greatest support is in their community.
But I'm going to tell you, brother Kayzar, that's not the case for maybe these days. Maybe in the younger
back
days.
In the day. When you trying to go at my age now?
No.
He's about to say back in the day. I got you.
Stuff. I'm just saying, it was a time where when you went to college, people from your neighborhood celebrated you.
Right.
Yeah. That's good shit, Joe Schmo.
Right.
Go represent for the hood and come home with that degree. Nowadays, and even in my younger days, yo, son, I'm about to go to college. Man, fuck college. I'm out here getting this money. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's the responses that a lot of these guys are getting. So it's like, that Italian guy or that Caucasian guy, he tells his guys, hey, mom, dad, I'm going to college. Matter of fact, going to college for them is the expectation. So when they get out of high school, hey, I'm going to college. Cool, you go to college, you know, I run this job right here. When you come home, I got something for you. When you come back to the neighborhood, our neighbors across the street own something. They know what you're going to college for. They got something lined up for you. You know, the average Tariq, when he go to college and he thinks back that he's going to return to North Philly, or he's going to return to Newark, New Jersey, or he's going to return to Brooklyn, the old Brooklyn, not this new Brooklyn where the streets is clean and white people live there, but the old Brooklyn, do or die, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn.
I heard that.
You understand what I'm saying?
I know.
He's not coming home to, Shamik's mom across the street owns this business and you'll get a job there when you come home. He's coming home to the same thing he left.
See, we got to work with the change.
True.
A fine example, Reverend Waller, Enon Baptist Church, Enon Tabernacle Baptist Church. They work with their youth up there.
Yep.
A lot of their youth that graduate from college go back to that church and give back to the community. See, that's what I'm saying about giving back to your community. See, you got to go back to your home base. Mm-hmm. And you need to spread what you have. And guess what? It's not easy. We're not saying you're going to come back and everybody's going to give you this big parade and you this, that, the other. What we're saying is, let it be the difficult times. The difficult times that you're doing this makes you the person that you are. You become a better person. You know, a lot of times people don't want it. They want to have it really smooth. Mm-hmm. You can't. You know?
Personally, I grew up on 60th and Vine. Mm-hmm. I wasn't one of the worst ones. I got into it, did my thing, whatever. So actually, once I turned like 15, my friends started playing with AKs and all types of stuff. I was like, yo, I need to get out of here. Mm-hmm. So I moved out.
So where was that factory at?
What factory?
The AK-47 factory, since they was playing with AK-47s.
I don't know.
Who knows? It was like
I'm trying to make a point to you.
I feel you.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm just getting to the part where you talk about us coming back, right?
Go ahead.
So I move out to Montgomery County, you know, where it's nothing to do but go to school. So I graduate, go to college.
You married a white woman?
No, I didn't marry a white
woman.
Okay.
I just wanted to
I'm
joking. I'm joking.
It's cool. It's cool.
I heard y'all kicking it. I thought I threw my little joke in there. Go ahead.
If she had enough money, I would. I'm just.
Yeah.
But seriously. So, I graduate college. So now I got a wife that grew up, and I married somebody. I got a wife. She's black. She's actually dark skinned. But
she's the real black.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna leave that alone.
Dark skinned black woman. So she grew up in the suburbs. She never lived in the city. Mm-hmm. So at one point in time, I'm thinking, hey, I want to buy a house. So I would love to come back to my community and support. Mm-hmm. But people get robbed and killed in this neighborhood.
And they get robbed and killed in the country too, son. I don't know if you knew that in Des Moines, Idaho. They killed.
No, I feel you. I feel you. But I've had Tech Nines pulled on me in the hood. First time I got robbed or a gun pointed at me, I was like 8. And when I moved to the suburbs, I didn't have these problems. Because
there's a different self-hate. The self-hate that we have is the old adjective of the crab in the barrel. So we don't know no.
I follow you. But at the end of the day, how, as a man who is responsible for the security of my household, how can I move my wife, who's never lived in the city, have never seen any of this stuff, and my little girls back to the hood so I can be supportive?
Okay, so I'm glad you said that. So let me tell you my look at it. I'm a Caucasian man, never lived in the hood, but I buy a house in the hood. And I move my family here in the hood. And when I move my family here in the hood, I go to the police station and says, hey, I live at 1911 Aspen Street. Mm-hmm. And they say, oh, you're a white guy with all these black people. Mm-hmm. Yes. And then slowly but surely, they stop. The police officer stopping. You all right over there? You all right over there? What I'm trying to get at, what I'm trying to get at, Gus, is it's what you put into the neighborhood.
Yeah.
If you are letting people know you're there, okay, again, I excuse somebody putting an AK-47 or a Tech 9 in your face. Pretty much so, I would be upset too. But that's what people want to do to deter you from doing what's good for your neighborhood. You understand?
But I want to ask this question, brother Kayzar. Do you actually let's say I'm from North Philadelphia.
Excuse me, you can't be from North Philadelphia. It's North.
Oh, my bad. Oh, my bad.
Right.
Let's say I'm from North. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
And, I graduate from college and I live in Delaware County. Do I need to live in North to come back and do the work to have a positive change in North?
Nope. I think that right then and there, what you need to do is you need to start right where you at in Delaware County. You need to bring North to Delaware County. Because as you bring North to Delaware County, the people in your neighborhood are seeing you. And they say, wow, you know what? Ish is over there, and he's running for a commissioner over there. Wow, I remember when he used to live on 19th Street up on Erie Avenue. Yeah, a little big head dude with the big ears. Now look at him. And that inspires others. So now when you come to visit your Umi or your Abu at 19 and Erie Avenue and you walk in, people are looking at you like, he one of them that made it. Hey, Ish, how you doing that out there with the suburbs with them? And you have a chance to dialogue with them and say, listen, this is how I'm doing it. You understand? I went to Cheney University. This is what I learned at Cheney. This is what I'm trying to project while I'm out here. Y'all can do the same thing that I'm doing. And that's how we get this to going. Okay. Because, listen, our neighborhoods are rich with history.
Yep.
I'll give you an example. It used to be called a Black Bottom, anywhere down 32nd Street coming up to 40th Street. Okay, Market Street over to Hartford Avenue. Used to be the Black Bottom. Now it's the White Bottom. Because ain't nothing but Caucasian people over there. What happened to all those people? Well, they came up with this great idea saying, we're going to blow up all the projects and we're going to take those people that live in the projects and we're going to put them in middle class people's neighborhood. And so your mother and father for 30, 40 years lived here in Winfield. Went to work every day, tried to pay for a house here. It was, at that time, maybe $65,000. And then across the street, they put a person that just came out of the projects, don't care about how much your house costs, don't care about what your children is wearing. All they know is we beat up and take stuff.
Yeah, that's the culture.
So they're in Section 8, they're sitting across the street, and they're watching Gus every day. They said, you know what? Gus got on the latest Adidas. You know what? Gus has the latest shades on. You know what? Gus need to get beat up. Gus need to stop taking.
Gus does need to get beat up.
The question is Gus wrong for selling his house before his property value dropped?
No.
I don't. Listen, it's called an investment. So no one can tell you that if it's a good time or bad time. It's your investment. If you sell it, you're doing it because you have an investment in it and you want to see your investment grow. See, people could talk about, are you wrong or right? No, I'm right because I'm trying to make more money off my investment. If I'm on the stock exchange and I'm putting my money in, I expect money to come back. It's the same thing with your home. You expect that to come back. But what we do is, again, African Americans, we usually buy a home that's already 90 years old. Yup. Most of these homes that we live in are already 90 years old, which already have problems. Or they dress them up really nice. And you go in there, they got hardwood floors, and they got ceiling fan.
Oh, hold up, man. I got hardwood floors and a ceiling fan.
Okay. Well, yours and this also kind of spooky.
You ain't got no AC in this motherfucker.
Well, understand this. The AC is for the ladies.
Okay.
And so the AC in the bedroom, brother. You understand what I'm saying? There's no reason to come to the living room when there's a highly functional bedroom. You understand what I'm saying?
I feel the game like, baby, we be much better off.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Summertime.
I ain't up to nothing. I just want you to be comfortable.
Yeah, I just want you to be in this air. It's an investment. You like Brother Kayzar said, I invest in the AC for the bedroom. And it's over the bed.
Y'all dudes with Central Air, y'all ain't got no game, huh?
Listen, Central Air is like, yo, it go down wherever the AC at. You understand what I'm saying? It's 100 degrees outside, it's going down wherever the AC at. So if you want a surefire win, no AC in the living room, AC in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? And it's a win-win. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. We're easily distracted.
Yes, yeah. I can tell.
Yeah.
And I want to tell everybody, this is the funniest interview I've ever been on, but the guys are real. And I really do appreciate it.
So, Brother Kayzar, your thoughts on Black Lives Matter and does the Muslims for Humanity in Philadelphia support the Philadelphia Black Lives Movement?
Black Lives Matter is very important. Do we support it as Muslims for Humanity? Again, don't get caught up in the Muslim part. We're African Americans. So yes, that life matters because we are part of that movement because of who we are.
Okay.
You understand? We're African Americans, so Black lives does matter. Does it matter to a point of should they be rioting and destroying stuff? No. Again, this is my opinion. We don't put enough interest into the voting part. We don't. Okay, I want both of y'all to listen to this. We don't vote for the president of the United States. True?
I mean, I cast my vote. I thought I was voting for the president.
Okay, that's good. How about you, Gus?
It's complicated. Only because that whole electoral college.
There you go.
weird
He just
thing
said it.
that's going-
So
Kind of,
here's my thing to you. We can vote for the president of the United States. Say everybody voted for Hillary. The whole country votes for Hillary. Doesn't mean that she goes in as a president.
No, it
the
doesn't.
Electoral College put him in. Now, here's my thing to black folks. Who's on that Electoral College? Do you know who that person is that make that one vote for all of us, if it's every 100,000 or whatever? Do we know who that person is? And if we do, we need to expose him so everybody can tell him who we want. But we don't do that. So I'm saying this is what Black Lives Matter should do. This is what Muslims for Humanity needs to do. This is what fraternity, sorority. We need to find out who that one person that makes that vote for us, and we go into his office and let him know this is the person we want in that office. You understand? But we don't do it. So that's why they don't really worry about. I'm not saying it doesn't count to vote for the president of the United States. That's nice. It's nice to see that 200,000 people voted for Hillary.
But that's so you're saying that 200,000 is only 2 electoral votes.
It could be 2 electoral votes.
So if you live in a state, so like the biggest states, and I'm understanding this. I mean, a person like me, I lost my right to vote. When I hear your personal story. When I was 18,
okay, don't want to hear.
And I didn't get it back until much later in life. So once I lost my right to vote, I was like, well, I don't care about voting. I can't vote anyway. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm still learning a little bit about it. So the biggest states has the most electoral votes, is what you're saying.
California, Texas, Alaska. When you look at Pennsylvania, I think we have 19. See, because you have to have 200 and some odd electoral votes to be president of the United States.
220. It's like 220 or something
So,
like that.
You look at Kentucky or even North Dakota, they have large. But in the end, that's what you want. That's why they say they go through the swing states. California, down south, down
Texas,
Florida, because
Ohio.
all those have large ones.
Yeah.
You understand? But if you can get the large ones to break off to half, then you can knock them off with the small ones. Rhode Island, New York, or Pennsylvania. Yeah. Then there you're on to going to. So what I'm saying is, we as blacks, especially African American, it's like playing Monopoly. We know how to play Monopoly. We don't even know how to cheat at Monopoly.
Yeah, I do.
But the best thing about Monopoly is you learn the game.
Yeah.
We got to learn the game, y'all. We got to learn the game. I know Mr. Gus can come in here with something heavy like his 57 Chevy, so I'm going to let you go ahead, Mr. Gus.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Before you start, he did just hit you with like a 1968
57.
stand on the corner game rap. Like, I'm heavy like a 1957 Chevy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I need you to understand that. He just schooled you before you ever talked.
You got polo socks on though. I can't say nothing. You know what I mean?
Polo mock socks and rugbies. You know what I mean?
You know how we do.
You know what I mean?
Nah, seriously. So I wonder, like, I tend to be, I try to be, pro-black, power to the people.
Power to the people.
But sometimes it annoys me, right? because we talk about, you talk about the 90-year-old houses. Mm-hmm. We talk about gentrification. Mm-hmm. And what bothers me is that we as a people, we have the ability to prevent these things. Mm-hmm. It's like this game. And, us as black people, we keep falling for the same freaking tricks all the freaking time.
You've been hoodwinked.
You've been bamboozled. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock.
Plymouth Rock landed on us.
Goddammit.
But go ahead, Gus.
No, I'm saying like gentrification.
Yeah.
All right, gentrification. Property values go down. Mm-hmm. White people buy the houses. Mm-hmm. Kick all the black people out. Mm-hmm. Raise the prices. Mm-hmm. Sell them to other white people.
Okay, so let me help you with that one too, Mr. Gus. I got a couple of ages on y'all, so
we know I like a 57 Chevy,
like a 57 Chevy.
Yeah,
so I could tell y'all about Philadelphia at a certain time. So at one time down on Delaware Avenue, black folks lived.
What?
Yeah, they had houses all down Delaware Avenue.
Where the hotel is at?
All down there.
In the Sugar House?
Sugar House, all down there.
In Onyx?
That's what black folks lived at, right?
Yeah, they moved us out the west.
So what they did is,
I'm thankful for Onyx though.
He's stupid. What they did was they told us that it'd be nice to live in South Philadelphia. You could be away from the water, and when it rains, you won't have floods and stuff like that. And then so we moved up to South Philadelphia,
Wilson Park Projects.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
There you go. They moved us up, but they ain't moved us up.
Hold on. Did they move us? Or did they tell us
some shit?
No. They moved. See, here's a good thing about. I seen this the other day. See, white folks, they don't come to your neighborhood and shoot a gun. They sign a paper.
Yeah, they do.
See what I'm saying? So did they move us? Yeah, by paperwork.
Okay.
So listen,
did we sign the paperwork too, or was it eminent domain, or we just fell for the trick?
We signed it because listen, if I say to you, you can live in your house, but I'm not going to give you gas. I'm not going to give you water. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to give you all the necessities for you to live there. But if I move you to Wilson Projects and I'm going to give you heat, gas, and water, Mr. Gus, you go on to Wilson Projects.
Yeah.
Okay.
Including in your rent.
Because now what I'm doing is I'm moving you without moving you.
Now,
I'm making you thinking you moving.
Were these homeowners or were these...
No, they weren't homeowners.
Yeah, some of them were homeowners. Some of them was just black folks that were down on really on their luck. Okay,
gotcha.
But here is what I'm saying is the game. See, we keep missing the point. It's the game, y'all. Mm-hmm. It's the game. You understand? And when that's why I say vote. These people that we vote into these offices, they have to know the game. So once they learn the game, remember one thing about all politicians. They work for us. We don't work for them.
No.
But what we have done is we've made them superstars and believe that they're better than us. So then whenever they say something, we say, oh, okay. Oh, okay. No, it's not okay. Because no organizations are going to stand up and say, no, you're wrong. This is what we need. So that's why we're in the street like we are. See, we are militant about our neighborhoods because we have to protect. Listen, my child should not, I'm with Gus on something. My child shouldn't be 8 years old and have a Uzi put in his face. Mm-hmm. My child should be 8 years old with a map of Africa in his face. My child should be 8 years old and know that, guess what? I can become something great. I could be a vendor. I could have my own wares. I could end up owning a store. I could own a chain. I could do all these things. Why is it that our children don't get that opportunity? Why don't they have career days and bring people in that shows them what they have done? What they bring for career day for our children is the Army, the Navy, the Air Force. Mm-hmm. Things that, guess what? Serve the country.
I'm going to tell you something crazy. When you go to college fair, somehow or another, the armed forces end up at college fairs. I'm like, well, does the police academy, is that really like a college where you get like a bachelor's in police work? Like, why the fuck are they here?
Well, they need officers too, right?
Yes.
If you graduate, you can go straight to office.
No, but this is a college fair.
I understand what he's
saying. I thought you said at the college, a college fair.
Not a job fair.
It's for y'all dumb motherfuckers who know y'all shouldn't be at this college fair because you can't get in.
Well,
so I'm saying to you is, why are our children exposed to the same things that you expose children that are of brown colors? Because we don't make the noise for it. Mm-hmm. You understand? Like an example, take Bryant School, and I want you to stay with
down
me.
the street.
Okay, so Bryant School little girl got taken, brutalized. Okay. After that, another little girl had an asthma attack and died. The school board came along and says, we're going to make this a Primus Academy. Primus Academy means they're going to pump some money into this. They're going to try to get the educational level up, everything. But how you have a Primus Academy don't give people books?
Because they're promising you're going to fail.
They promise you they're going to put you in jail.
That too.
Okay. So now they came up with a new academy for this year that's coming in, this next school year coming up. How long are we going to keep throwing money at bad things? If you're not going to fix it, then get rid of it. Bryant School is one of those schools that they're not trying to fix. It's all right to have them below average. Okay, not even below average. It's that bad there. Mm-hmm. But then when I have a 5-year-old that went there for kindergarten this year, and when I see how the children are, all I have to do is look at the parents that are there. Yep. You understand? If we don't educate the parents about who they are, how are the children going to be anything? See, because when you got two parents in the schoolyard in these morning pants and smoking a cigarette and talking about, at the club last night, and then they start fighting in front of our children, and our children see, what do you think our children feel like? Okay, well, if they could do it, I could do it. They don't have no, see, because we always talk about, to respect me, you got to respect yourself. Well, if you're not respecting them as little people, how you want them to respect you as a big person?
I'm going to go even further. If you're not going to respect them as a little person, how you expect them to respect themselves? You respect. I was always taught respect is a two-way street. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes you teach a person to respect themselves by the way you respect them. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. So if we don't do this, how are we supposed to get this?
Like I said earlier, this is just part 1. Stay tuned for part 2.